you guys, it's Sonia from Sonia's Urban Garden. It is April. We're getting to the end of April, but I live in the Midwest and it's still too soon to plant anything. I just recently went out to Home Depot and I bought some plants to put into the ground. In my last video, I showed you some of those plants that I bought, vegetables. I bought collard greens, cabbage, red and green bell pepper, some sweet mint, and a few other things. In addition to that, I also have seeds. I bought organic seeds from Amazon, actually. I ordered like these sweet peppers. And I'm assuming these will be, I don't know, red and green bell peppers, because that's what's pictured on the front of it. I also got some onions, and these are organic. And this I bought actually for my daughter, for she had a project at her school where she had to grow some things from scratch, and we got some lavender, and I'm gonna plant this along with my flowers. These are cabbage seeds, Copenhagen market, whatever that means. I guess maybe that's where they were grown. And I got these Georgia collard greens seeds. And then finally these jumbo sunflowers. And I think I'm going to plant these in the back of my yard along the fence and see how they do there. Again, like I stated in my last video, in the back of my yard, it gets a lot of good direct sunlight, and I think these sunflowers would thrive there. I tried planting sunflowers last summer in the front, in front of my garden bed, and they just never bloomed. Like, they never even got the sunflower bloom. Like, I got the long stalk, but then it just stopped. And I think it was because it was in the wrong spot. And I think those sunflowers were crowded. I think the roots were crowded and they just did not grow. So these are the jumbo version, and I've planted these before when I was growing up. And my mom, she used to keep a garden, and we grew sunflowers every year. It was our favorite thing to plant, this and pumpkins. I love planting pumpkins, not because I like to eat pumpkins themselves, because I don't, but I love the pumpkin seeds, and I love to see how big I can get my pumpkins to grow. And over the years, growing up and, in my childhood, I grew some pretty big pumpkins, like really, really big. So it was like a little contest that I had with myself, every year. How big can I grow these pumpkins this year or next year, whatever. So these are just some of the things along with the flowers. I really want a flower garden. I decided to put those flowers in pots. And I'm just going to put a different kinds and varieties of flowers in a pot and just let them grow. All different colors, because I like different colors, and I just think they're pretty, and they just add and enhance a garden, your yard. It's just pretty to look at. So I want to try that this year, but I'm really anxious to just get out there and start planting as soon as I possibly can, as soon as this weather breaks. Right now, we've been getting snow on and off. Light snow, nothing that's sticking to the ground. But again, living in the Midwest, this is what you get. We could still get like a snowstorm in April, even in May, if things don't heat up like they should. But it just sucks that we have to wait until like end of April, early May before we can start planting anything. But I'm so anxious. I'm just ready. I'm ready to get out there in the dirt and start digging up this ground and just getting things going. Because I like to watch things grow. I like to go out and look at my garden, watch my garden, and just help it grow, take care of it, cultivate it, and all that good stuff. So that's I just want to show you the seeds that I bought. And collard greens. I love collard greens and I cannot wait to plant them. And I want to do some onions. I would love to see how these onions do. And I have some cabbage plants, but I also bought cabbage seeds. So I might plant these in a different location in the yard. And then lavender. Lavender is just, I love the smell of lavender. I love lavender essential oil. It just smells so nice. I don't know if I have any seeds in here. I can't see them, but anywho, whatever's in here is going to get planted. So that's about it, you guys. Again, if you have any tips and tricks, please tell me, let me know. I did learn from my mom. My mom used to put eggshells at the bottom of her tomato plants. And then I learned from a different YouTube channel that this old farmer from Arkansas put a cracked whole egg at the bottom, deep in the bottom of his tomato plants, and that helped them grow. They became very fruitful. So I'm going to try that again because I do believe that works. So if you have any tips and tricks as far as having a garden in small places, or how do you deal with having a very shady yard, outside of cutting down a tree, which I would love to cut down this ginormous tree in our yard, but I know that's not going to happen. So it just needs a good pruning. And then dealing with our next door neighbor's trees that's overlapping into our yard, that hasn't been dealt with, but they're a whole other different story, and we try not to have any dealings with them because that house, they're really not technically neighbors. That house is being used for illegal things, if you catch my drift. Again, this is Sonia's urban garden. So put 2 and 2 together and you'll catch my drift. So, but again, their tree is an issue, and I think we just need to take it upon ourselves to cut some of those branches off that's overlapping into our yard and causing so much shade. So, you know, if you have any ideas, tips and tricks, also, how do I, you know, with all these trees, of course, we have a lot of squirrels, so I need help. Like, what do I use? Like, what's the easiest way to use chicken wire to cover my plants? Because last year the squirrels decimated my peppers and my tomatoes. Like, they ate all of my peppers. My red bell pepper, I was not able to grow a single red bell pepper to the point where I could pick it and eat it because the squirrels got it. Once they got about that big, they ate them. Or they will take big chunks out of them and then just leave it on the ground. So I need help with fending off the squirrels from decimating my garden. And I know chicken wire is about the only way I'm going to be able to keep them out. So if you have ideas or tips or tricks that's easy, I am not mechanically inclined, but I could probably ask my brother or somebody to come over and help me build something to cover up my my garden to keep the rodents out. So if you know of anything, please chime in, go into my comments and let me know. Let me know what you do, what works. My mom, before she passed, she told me to get some super hot pepper flakes and sprinkle around the garden. That kind of keeps the squirrels away, but it didn't stop them from eating my bell peppers. So I need help. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Take care. Happy planting. Bye-bye.